my name is Angela Moore. I'm a sustainability consultant in my 9 to 5, but in my 5 to 9, I work to green my home for me and my daughter. This week, I am going to share what I spent as a minimalist. As a minimalist, many people tell me, oh, so that means that you just don't spend money at all. You're just very, very frugal. Well, that is one of the misconceptions that many people have about those who practice minimalism. Those of us who practice minimalism, yes, we can be frugal if that is what you want to be frugal, but practicing minimalism is not about, how much money you spend. Practicing minimalism is about being conscious of what you consume. So let's get into how much I spent this week as a minimalist. So on Monday, I just want to preface this. So Monday through Thursday, I literally eat the same meals for breakfast and lunch most of the time. It does not have anything to do with minimalism, but I usually meal prep on Sunday, and because I work from home, I try not to leave my desk too much to cook. So you'll see the same meal Monday through Thursday. This is the exact same thing that I eat Monday through Thursday, and so Monday through Thursday, breakfast, lunch is the same. Dinner, I usually change it up, but I always cook at home Monday through Thursday. It's just a habit that I have gotten into. And so I didn't spend any money on meals. I'm not counting groceries exactly yet because I usually go grocery shopping on Sunday, but it's really a quick grocery shopping run. So on Monday, meals, snacks, drinks, all total to be $0. I did get a Chewy order for my dog food delivery, and that food delivery order totaled to be $96. If you look in the delivery, you'll see there's very few items in my dog delivery Chewy box, and that is very, very intentional. I do not randomly buy my dog toys or anything like that. I usually only stick to the essentials. When I first got my dog Lola, me and my daughter just went crazy with buying this dog toys and all kinds of things, and it just kind of littered the floor. So I'm really intentional each month to only buy the necessities and what she needs, which is food, probiotics. She absolutely needs snacks because what dog doesn't need snacks? And so she has snacks, and then some ear wipes that her veterinary actually has asked me to use because I do have a standard poodle and she's prone to ear infections, and so these ear wipes I use monthly at the request of the veterinarian. So my total for Monday came out to be $96. On Tuesday, of course, cooked at home, ate what I had at home, and so meals, snacks, drinks came up to be $0. Tuesday was a big purchase. We did make a big purchase, and that money came out of my account on Tuesday because that was when they delivered it to us. So me and my daughter ordered Kiehl's. They were having their friends and family and members sale, and so we decided to go ahead and get our essentials that we usually buy from Kiehl's. And for me and my daughter's skincare, that totaled to be $301. So for my daughter, her skincare is pretty simple now as a teen. But my skincare has gotten more complicated as I have gotten older. So I kind of had not only a morning skincare, but evening skincare products. So that's why it totaled to be $301. But we did not get extras. Although the sale was going on, we didn't get extras. We just bought what we needed. I didn't buy double of anything. I just only bought are essentials and what I use every day for my skincare. And we didn't try out any new skincare products from the sale because, in all honesty, we just don't need it. So Wednesday was a very boring day. I walked the dog, logged into work, and we did very little things that cost money on Wednesday. So I did not spend any extra money on Wednesday. I absolutely didn't need to. Thursday was the day that threw me for a loop because Thursday probably, I don't know what possessed me to go on Louis Vuitton website. But I went on there and I looked at my wish list because I kind of keep a running wish list on certain websites. And the reason why I do this is because it keeps me from impulse buying things. If I've had a bad day or if I've had something to congratulate myself. One thing that I have learned about myself many years ago is I use purchasing of items to fill space. So if I had a great day, I would reward myself with something, right? Or if I got a promotion, I would buy myself something that was luxury. Or if I had a bad day, I would say, I'll just buy a little small something, for myself. And Thursday was one of those days. It wasn't a bad day. It just was a long day. So yeah, that's what possessed me to go on that website to look at my wish list. But because it was a long day, I was like, let me just look on my wish list. Let me just see if I can find a little small item to buy. And I came across this small pouch that has been on my wish list for a very long time. I actually did put it in my cart. But I stopped myself. I really stopped myself. And the reason why this item is still on my wish list is because I have an item that is very similar to the item that I almost bought on Thursday. It is a key pouch. I bought the original key pouch many years ago. It's still in great condition. It's just that I wanted a larger one. Did I need a larger one? Absolutely not, because what I already invested in is still in great condition. And even if it wasn't in great condition, it probably would have been more cost effective for me to take my original key pouch in to be repaired if it needed to be repaired. And so on Thursday, I avoided spending $515 plus tax on something that I absolutely did not need. And even if I did purchase that Thursday, that would be an example of me over consuming. And the reason why it would be an example of me over consuming as a minimalist is because I have something that I'm already using that serves that purpose that I was going to get 2 items of. And so it would have just been overconsumption at that point. So Thursday came out to be $0, and I put it back on my wish list because maybe at another day and time I will need it, but this week I didn't. So Friday was a day that my daughter did spend some money, and usually she's not a big spender. She wanted to hang out with her friends at this adventure park that is out in the county, and it was $19, but my friend sent me a Groupon for it, and so thank you. So I saved quite a bit of money at the adventure park. So that adventure park for my daughter with her friends was only $19. She also spent $20 on snacks there. And when we left the adventure park, because she's a teen, she's always hungry. And so she asked to go to Panda Express before we headed home. And so we both got a bowl from there, and it was $21. And I did make a detour on the way home. I wanted to go into Vera Bradley because I wanted to see the Disney backpacks that they have for my frequent trips to Disney World. I was on a hunt for a backpack. I don't have a backpack. So I really wanted one for a carry-on bag for my Disney trips. I did not see one, but of course, my daughter was still hungry after having multiple snacks and even lunch. So she wanted a pretzel, and so I paid $7 for that. So Saturday was a day that we did not spend money. There were a lot of events happening in downtown St. Louis. I live in downtown St. Louis, and when I say there was a lot of events happening, there was tons of events happening down here. I did not want to fool with the traffic, and I did not want to fool with trying to navigate back home amongst all the traffic that was downtown St. Louis. So I stayed home, cooked all of my meals at home, and did not leave the house on Saturday. So we did not spend any money on Saturday. And Sunday is when I actually do spend money on groceries, but it's very little. A very little amount of money for Sunday grocery run. And the reason being is, like I said before, I usually go to Costco once every 3 months, and I usually buy items in bulk. And so therefore, I only may need a handful of items here and there. And so for this grocery run for Sunday, I went to a local store called Schnucks, and I bought a few items, and that was $25. And then I did a quick Target run for a few grocery items that they do not sell at Schnucks, and that came to be $17. And so my total for the whole week of spending was $506. And so my total would have been well over $1,000 for this week if I bought the item that I absolutely did not need. And so one thing that I wanted to share, as you can see, as a minimalist, I really don't spend a lot of money on items themselves. For the most part, I usually spend money on experiences and items, or yes, items that we are going to consume daily, weekly, monthly, or long term. And so when I look at a lot of different spending videos, I kind of notice that a lot of people impulsive buy out of emotion. And I too did that many years ago. I learned that I was an impulsive spender. If I had a job promotion, or if I got a bonus, or if I had a good day or a great day or a bad day or like the worst day, I would find that I would soothe those emotions or appease those emotions through spending. But the more and more that I have practiced minimalism, the more and more I'm realizing that I don't need to soothe emotions or my emotions from items or things. The one way I can soothe or appease my emotions is sitting with my emotions, and it costs me $0 to process what I'm going through and easily move on to the next day, right? And over consumerism is just not a way to deal with your emotions. And so, although this week was full of ups and downs and happy moments and not so happy moments, I made it a practice not to spend based on those moments. So that is one thing I do practice as a minimalist. And most weekly spending habits that you'll see from those who practice minimalist, you'll see one common thread. And that is that, yes, they do spend money, but they spend it intentionally. And more often than not, it's usually on experiences or items that they are going to consume in the moment. So that is what I spent for the week. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Every Saturday I come out with different videos, and there'll be 4 types of videos that you'll see on my channel. There will be lifestyle videos, but also I'll share some professional perspectives of sustainability in your home and what I have learned to how to green your home for my work as being a sustainability consultant. I'll also share with you a lot of lists of things that I have come across that I know that will be of use to you. And I will share with you all of my environmental experiments that I do to see what works and what does not work in greening my home. Thank you for watching today and happy greening.